afternoon. It's Pamela from Yorkshire in the north of England. I'm here to talk about my normal projects now. It's just following on from the other video I've done for hashtag Christmas Extravaganza 2024. Now, I haven't got anything completed to show you. This is just like me, life and everything. I haven't been wanting to start something new. I don't know what all that's about. Because I just think I've got in a mad egg and I want to finish items that are on my whip trolley. I sorted out the other day, made it look a lot neater, and I've taken to trying to finish some things off. So I've done the back panel. I think I told you that already, for my cardigan, which is the It's specifically for the jewel spun. That's our jewel spun yarn. So it's an Aran weight acrylic. It's beautiful yarn. I've shown you it before. So it's that pattern I'm doing, and it's, what's it called? Do you know? I don't know what they call this pattern. It's design number 10727 anyway. But yeah, really enjoying doing it, but I'm only doing a little bit here and there. But I do feel glad that I've picked it up, so I'm on with the front panels now. So I'm doing really well, but I've just brought this in to show you, which is the finished back panel. Now, it does look wide, but when you look at the front panels, which I've gone and forgotten to bring through, but when you look at the front panels, they're not very wide. So I think the idea is, like I was saying before when I came down in sizes on it, I think the idea is that it curves around the body, and also the front panels will be extended by the border that you put on. But I absolutely adore this colourway. I think it's fantastic. It's something garnet. I'll give you the full details when it's finished, which I'm hoping is not going to be too long now. When I say too long, it'll probably be weeks, but I am actively working on it, even if it's only a little bit at a time. One of the other ones I've got out to finish now, you know, me and TOFT did not get on. Whilst I admire the lady for a variety of patterns, I do not like the way she writes patterns. I can't change how I feel about that. I appreciate its quality yarn, I appreciate all that, but I do not like the way she writes patterns. You can understand them, but I don't like it. I would rather do my way that I'm comfortable with, and that's generally working up from the feet upwards. I don't like this way she does them at all. So that's why it went away onto the sleeping whips for a while. This is the doll. So she's now got a hat. I haven't bothered with a pom-pom. I've openly admitted before, I don't like making pom-poms. I don't think one of my my purchase ones, my finished ones, would look good on it, so I'm not bothering. So I've done the hat without a pom-pom. I've given her plaits. So I looped the yarn through like it suggests on the pattern, but then I just make 2 plaits instead of doing many little plaited. On the pattern, she's got like all these little sort of like dreadlocks type ones really, and I thought I'd do that, and I'm going to tell you why now, because this when I bought this, I thought it would make an excellent gift for my friend. She I'm not saying she walks around looking like this, but she, you know, it just reminds me of her. You know, she's an active person. She does a lot of dog walking, and she does, she has a look of cabin girl, but I'm not saying as this is like it is now, but she does have a look of her. So I thought it'd make an ideal present for her. But then, like I say, I had to make various changes. One of them, if you remember, I totally ripped apart the jumper. Was not happy with the way it fitted. I'm still not happy with the way it fits, but it's better than it was. But because of that, I couldn't do it in the colours it was originally done in, which was in the silver with you know, the red trim, which would have contrasted with the hat then. But obviously I had to change what I was doing because it was totally wrong. I do like her. I just don't like the way the patterns are done. I think this is going to suit my friend very well. I'm just having a go now at doing the slippers for her, which I think it's insane how that's written. I'm sure there were a better way of doing them, but I'm on with them. I'll make it work. It'll become a present for her for this year instead of last year, because obviously it got put away. I didn't want to do it. Still not happy with the floppy head. We were talking about it yesterday. I asked my friend if she did like her, and she did. So she said, what about putting a scarf around her neck? So I think I probably will do that. But yeah, she's nearly there now. She's not far off. I'll just like I say, I'll just let me work on it a bit longer. I'm a bit worried I've put the nose too far up, but anyway, what do you guys think? Do you think she's good? I mean, she's attractive, you know. I mean, you know, I just don't like how the pattern's done, and it makes you go against them. You don't like it, do you? But I want to get my whips finished, so I'm on with it. I'm sorry, I've prattled on about that for ages. Another thing I wanted to say was I have managed to retrieve the videos I've made of the photos from the holiday, so I'm going to pop those on at the end of this this film. As I always say, if you don't want to watch that, please don't. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. On Sunday morning, because I'd been a bit poorly at the end of last week, I got a bit bored inside, so Nick said, why don't we go out somewhere? So in the end we settled on going to Castleton in Derbyshire, which I think is Linda from Joy of Things. I think that'll be her neck of the woods. I haven't been to Castleton since I was at school, and I had a trip to the Blue John Mines. We also went under a reservoir, which I now think must have been Lady Bower Reservoir. We had such a good morning. It was only ever going to be one morning. We set off nice and early. We got there for 9 o'clock. We had breakfast. We had about an hour's walk round, and we came back home. The idea was to get me out of these four walls, to look at some nice scenery, which, I mean, the journey we took, I mean, it's beautiful, you know, so it gets you looking at something nice. The village is gorgeous. Because of the time we got there, we got parked up okay. The weather was wonderfully kind to us. It wasn't too hot, but it was nice and sunny, and it really did the trick. So I've put a little photo video together of that, which I will put on as well. Like I said, please don't watch it if you don't want to watch it. It's fine. Yesterday, my other friend Sam, so this one is for my friend Jenny, and we're a threesome, and Sam, the other friend, it was her birthday, so we went for breakfast, and they kindly came over to me. We went down into Barnsley, went to one of the nicer breakfast places, had a good breakfast, a little walk round, went into a couple of bookshops. If you I've mentioned before that one of my favourite authors, and she's also very local, she comes from Barnsley, she's called Millie Johnson. She gets on the bestseller list. If you've never tried her and you are willing to read about, you know, romantic comedy, usually similar stories, a bit of hardship, then there's romance, it's always an happy ending. If you're willing to read about that in the north of England, you'll enjoy them. And she's brought her latest book, which is The Happiest Ever After, which is this one. It's now out in paperback. I don't normally buy paperback books anymore. I occasionally I will do, but generally I get them on Kindle. But I just thought I really wanted it, so you pay for the book. And Millie, who is an absolute star, she gives you a bag of goodies if you go and get this from one of the shops that she does her launches at. Well, I went to the one in Barnsley, so you get a mug, which is Be Happy with a Millie book. I'm sure, if you like, I mean, she's the only romantic novelist, apart from Trisha Ashley, who I actually like and buy all the books. Generally, as you know, I read crime fiction, so, but I love this lady. I've seen her at events and at, you know, like when she's come to give talks, she's fantastic. So, and you get a notebook, Be Happy with the Millie book. You get a candle. And you get a pen. And again, it says Be Happy with the Millie book. And she puts these together and she gives them away with the, when she launches a hardback book, and then again when she launches the paperback book. She is such a nice woman. That's all I can say. So if I'd have been fit on Thursday, I would have gone in person, because it's signed as my book. I would have gone in person and collected it on the day, but I wasn't too well, so I rang them up and they reserved one for me. So, and then we went into the other bookshop in Barnsley, and we, that one was the book vault, by the way. Then we went into the Foster's bookshop, and I've always wanted to do this. I should have left it open on the channel, but I really wanted to see it yesterday. I've bought one of the, you know, the mystery buys, and this was only £2.50. They're pre-loved books, so, you know, someone else has read them, but they're all in good condition. And it just says what the genre is on it. So I bought the crime one. It says on it, Foster's Little Bookshop. It's a lovely little bookshop. I think what they do is, generally speaking, but I'll stand corrected if I'm wrong, but I think a lot of their books that they sell are ones that were like popular like a year ago or whatever, and they can sell them at a reasonable price, you know, because of that. But most of them are new. But then like these are like your pre-loved. There's a big section upstairs of pre-loved books, and this is the one I got. I got John Grisham, The Reckoning. So I'm looking forward to reading that, because I haven't picked it. Well, I have that. I've picked the you know, crime, but I haven't picked it, and I really want, you know, and it's just a nice surprise to read. So if any of you have ever read John Grisham, I haven't, you know, let me know what you think. I'd be interested to know. So that's another new little thing. It's just like, you know, just things that I want to do. So it's all been like this little higgledy-piggledy things that I've done, but I'm enjoying it. I don't know why. I just don't want to start an amigurumi at the moment, and I don't know why. I think it's because I need to have a clear out. I need to get rid of the stuff that's, you know, on the go. I did a good job a few months ago and got rid of a load, and I'm having another splurge now, so I'll feel a lot better for it. And I'm enjoying working on my cardigan, like I say, slowly. I'm only picking it up every now and again. Quite warm to, you know, have on your knee. So and it is really warm at the moment. So but yeah, just I'm just trying to find joy in it, if you see what I mean. So anyway, I think that's me up to date. I don't think of anything else to tell you. I'll be back with updates on these. Hopefully there'll be a finished cabin doll, which will then be fit to give to my friends as a present. Sorry for dismissing TOFT like I do. Like I say, I appreciate the variety of patterns she does. I really do. But the style and the patterns are not really for me, you know. I just find she makes it very confusing, and I don't like it. So I'm getting through it though. I'm not like, you know, I'm not struggling. I just think, I'm sure there's an easier way you could have done this, you know. Anyway, that's my gripe for today. By the way, I've got my Strictly mug. Have you heard all the kerfuffle about the Strictly Come Dancing? Oh my God, they're you know, like, I at first got very dubious, you know, if any of it had happened, but there's just so many people coming forward now and accusing the professional dancers of being too harsh and what have you. So, and then the what do they call him, BBC, the fella in charge of the BBC's been on and apologised this morning, and it looks like they're all going to have a chaperone to make sure that, you know, fair play, you know. I think some of it will be down to personalities not being able to take criticism, but obviously there has been some things going, like, for instance, Will Bailey, who was a disabled, is a para-athlete, he does table tennis. He's got a permanent injury now with his knee. Now, you could say that, you know, like they've walked into doing this by going on Strictly. But I don't suppose you expect to end up with a permanent injury. And I mean, he's already got challenges with the arthritis he's got anyway. Now, he doesn't blame his partner. He blames other people for putting pressure on them to try jumps and things, because apparently at the beginning he said he didn't want, you know, to do any jumps, and he had pressure put on him. But it's happened, hasn't it? So anyway, what do you think to all that? Anyway, this year's series will go ahead, so hopefully they'll make it safer for everybody, and hopefully we'll still have the show we love, because it is one of my favourite shows. It's one of the highlights of my winter viewing. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to go there. I've whittled on far too long. I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you.